Ira Thor, on behalf of the NCAA, this is the press conference at 197 pounds. Your national champion, the number 2 seed from Iowa, Stephen Buchanan, with a 5-2 victory over the number 4 seed, Josh Barr of Penn State. He improves to 29-1 on the year, the 127th victory of his career as a 4-time All-American. He's a graduate student from Loyal, Wisconsin. Stephen, congratulations. We'd love to have an opening statement from you.
I would like to give all glory to God. I mean, the people he's placed in my life, the abilities and gifts that he's given me to be on a platform like that, it's amazing, and there's no other way of looking at it as a gift. I mean, win or loss, I ended up on top, and I'm giving him the glory. I mean, in wins and losses, you give him the glory, but to end up on top means the world.
All right, we'll open it for questions from our media. Please raise your hand, and our microphone will come to you. All right, we'll have in the front row.
Hello, Chris Megley with the Daily Iowan. It looked like you were immediately emotional after that. I believe that was your mom that came and hugged you on the stage. So what, you already kind of touched on it, but kind of going more broad, what does it actually mean to you after 5 years of finally getting one?
You know, you get to the semifinals twice, and you get denied by it, and you have to make the journey back the next morning. And you don't want to wrestle those 2 matches, but you do, and you pull through, and you're still left with this bittersweet feeling in your stomach and your mind. And you come back the next year, and the same thing happens to you, and you finally get on a new team, and you're placed around people who pour into you, who teach you the little things that make the biggest differences, and you get on that stage, and you use the things that they taught you to win. It means the world. I mean, the work that I put in and just the amount of time that people put into me, it means the world.
Eli Buchanan, Des Moines Register. We talked about it a little bit yesterday and kind of throughout this season, but where do you think you are today if you didn't end up at Iowa for your final season?
I don't know. You know, God has a plan, and he put me in Iowa for a reason. And I never really loved the sport. You know, I did it because I was good. And at Iowa, I began to start loving the sport, and that changes everything about it.
Tom yesterday described you as salt of the earth was the thing that he used. Where has that persona that we've kind of seen in the Hawkeye Center for you come from over the last, this season?
My mom and my dad, my upbringing, I can't thank them enough. You know, they poured into me, and they made me the person I am today. So,
yeah, Stephen, why was Iowa the destination for you coming after this season? And now that you actually won, did Iowa? You said about them pouring into you. Did they pour into you the way you expected, or was it more? Or just kind of describe what the experience was like here.
It's not what I expected. I had an outside view of Iowa, and I thought it was grind. And people tell me that I made the wrong decision. And then you get there, and they treat you like family. You know, Tom and Terry, they pour into you not like a wrestler, but like you're their own. You know, they care so much, and they care so deeply. And I know that all of you probably don't see what they do behind the scenes, but they'll do everything for you, and they're great people. And I don't think people understand that. And you have to be there and be under them to get trained by them and learn from them, and it makes a world of a difference.
We have a question in the front row. Got a mic come.
Ross Barczyk, IA Wrestle. Stephen, you were, like a really big closer for the team this year. When you look back at all the duels, and now here you are, you're the last match for the Hawkeyes of the season. Like, reflecting back on the season, how much do you think about, that once again you were kind of able to put a pin in the Hawkeye season here with that win?
It's like a dream, man. It still hasn't. I mean, the emotions hit me, but it hasn't really hit me yet. And I had a great season, and that's because of the people behind the scenes, and I can't thank them enough for everything they've done for me.
Yeah, Stephen, can you just kind of describe your mindset going into this one? I know you defeated Josh Barr earlier in the season, but on a bigger stage like this, when all eyes are on you, just kind of describe what was going through your mind beforehand.
as the match got closer, I got more and more nervous. But as I said before, nerves just show that you care. And when I got out there, they went away, and I had my corner reminding me who I am as a wrestler and what I need to do to win. And I listened, and I put it all on the line. It was my last match in my collegiate career. And there's so many times in matches where I feel like I haven't pushed myself to get tired. And I was tired, but I kept pushing, and I ended up on top.
Any further questions for Stephen?
That's a match there that you start down 2-0, but you immediately were able to get that takedown. I guess, was that something for you that you felt like you had to go out and be the aggressor from that point, or was that more so just situational and you were able to see that takedown and be able to go get it?
I definitely knew I needed to get something, and off the snap, he just kind of fell into it, and I've been working on that like re-attack, and he kind of fell to his hands, and I was able to get the angle and finish the shot. And yeah, it just comes from the practice partners back at home, the coaches, and the people that poured into me, like I said.
In the last two matches, we've seen that tactical side of you really win matches in different ways. How much of that is that asset has that helped you get to the podium where you are now at the top?
Yeah, I think the tacticalness definitely helps out. But also takedowns. Takedowns make the world of a difference. And if you're getting takedowns and you're believing in your offense, you win matches.
Steven, it's fair to say that, you're one of the better wrestlers in your class your whole collegiate career, but coming here, you already touched on what Tom and Terry did for you, but just as a more broadly as a wrestler specifically, how did they take your game to the next level for you to end up at the podium right now?
In the wrestling aspect, it was the little things like finishing a single, hand fighting, pressure, stance, and then outside the mat, it was sleep, nutrition, what I'm doing before practices, mindset, and all those play a small piece, but as you start putting those bricks on bricks, they start building a wall, and by the end of the year, I mean, you have something great.
We have time for one final question.
What's next for you going forward?
As I said, I didn't really like wrestling until I got to Iowa, and now I started to get a passion for it. So, I'm going to leave it up to God. He has a plan for me. But all in all, I'm going to continue wrestling and continue this athletic career of mine until he gives me something else.
That is Stephen Buchanan of Iowa, your 2025 national champion at 197 pounds. Congratulations.
Thank you.